Are you moving to Japan or just coming for a vacation to visit? Let me tell you, having the right apps can make a world of difference in your experience. From navigating trains to translating on the fly, today I'm sharing the 5 most useful apps that help me navigate and survive daily life here in Japan as a foreigner who speaks almost zero Japanese. Whether you're an expat, military family, or curious, this one's for you. And be sure to watch till the end where I share some bonus insider information that you won't want to miss. First up, number 1, Google Maps. Now, back in Hawaii, I always used Apple Maps, and that was the most easiest to use, the most easiest to follow, and I just loved Apple Maps. But coming to Japan, that just wouldn't cut it because something about the Google Maps app, it has more streets, more locations, more information that makes traveling and navigating all around Japan so much easier. Now, some of you may be coming in a tour group and you may think, I don't need to have Google Maps because I'm gonna have a tour guide and they're gonna take me everywhere I need to go. And that may be the fact, but I know that I've had friends come who were with a tour group and they've had free time to venture around. And I would hate for you to miss out on an opportunity to see some unique and interesting things in Japan because you didn't know how to navigate the trains or the buses or even just walking directions. So you need to download Google Maps. The beautiful thing about Google Maps is it has all the information that you need to make your decision of how you're going to get to your destination. So for example, if you're going to, say, travel to Kyoto and you want to figure out, is it cheaper to fly or is it cheaper to take the trains? How long is it going to take us to take the trains? How many trains are we going to have to take? All of that information is right there in the app. Next up, number 2, Google Translate. Actually, maybe that was supposed to be and should be number 1. But from the minute that you land, and even before you land, when we were flying over, the flight attendant was already saying things in Japanese that we could not understand. Thankfully, most of the time they will repeat it in English, so that's great to know. But there were some things that from the very beginning we wish we had known, and wish we had known some things about Google Translate that would have helped us a little bit beyond just knowing we can type in something and translate it. The app is so intuitive and it has so many functions and resources in the app that I hope you know about. The app not only will allow you to type in a phrase and translate it into Japanese, it will also allow you to have a conversation. There's a conversation icon at the bottom and you can push the microphone and say what you want to say in English. It translates it. Then you can hand the phone, push the microphone, and they talk in Japanese and it will translate it for you. And you can have a whole conversation in Japanese and English simultaneously through using the app. Now, I didn't discover that till way later, and yeah, it's so handy. I was trying to change the language and then push the thing, and it was overly complicated. But I am giving you these tips to save you the problem and issue of the uncomfortableness of not being able to communicate. It's still a little dicey, but most people are patient and they see you trying. Eventually, I hope to know some Japanese, but until then, Google Translate is my best friend. Now, where we live, we are in a residential neighborhood out in Japan, away from base. And so going grocery shopping, nothing is in English. And sometimes I can recognize products, and oftentimes I have no clue what I'm looking at. So the function on the Google Translate, it has a little like picture button, and you push that and it opens up the camera, and you can hold it on top of anything written in Japanese and it will translate it for you. You can take a picture, you can screenshot it to have for later. So I often do that when I'm cooking something and the instructions are in Japanese and I need multiple steps and I need to refer back to it to like remind myself. I don't know if you've ever seen those reels where someone's making macaroni and cheese, and it's a super easy box macaroni and cheese. But you open the box, you put you boil the water, you pour the noodles in, and then you throw the box away. And then you're like, oh, get the box out, read the direction again. Okay, throw the box away. Oh, wait, how long do I boil them? Oh, how much butter, how much milk? Anyway, that's the short-term limit of my mind. So for me, the Google Translate app, being able to take a picture, it translate it, and I can screenshot it and have it later. We've also used that when we've been parking in various like grocery store or shopping center parking lots, and all the parking rules are different, and the signs are all in Japanese, of course. And so in order to know, like, how are we supposed to pay for parking? Do we get a ticket? Do we, is it free? Is it an automatic price, like a one price, one-time pay thing? Anywho, and it has saved us many, many times. We'll just take a picture of the sign as we enter, and then it will translate, and we can like read it and study it and figure out what we need to do so that when we leave, it's easy peasy. Or easier than it would have been. Not always easy peasy. Also, a really, really handy thing about if you're trying to communicate to someone and you type in English and you put translate, I was holding my phone so that they could read the Japanese. But it's really tiny. It's really tiny. So I've had situations where people have been like, oh, wait, and they will go in the house and they will get their glasses, or they'll go scrounging through their bag to get their glasses to then come back and try to read what I've written because the Japanese is so tiny. I later realized all you have to do is just touch the text that you want to be large and then turn it sideways, and it will enlarge it so that it's just covering your entire phone screen. It's pretty ingenious. Yeah. So lots and lots of things to help you and benefit you using Google Translate. Number 3 is the Suica card. Now, I know there's a welcome Suica that is red, and that's if you are only going to be here for a short period of time, and you can go to the train station and you can buy the hard card, and the regular Suica card. You can buy a actual card that you can use to like tap the machine. But what I have found has been so helpful and saved so much heartache and so much time is just download the Suica app onto your Apple Wallet. And then you can load a little bit of money. And then as you see how much you're going to use the trains, you can add money to your Suica card. And basically, you always have it with you because I'm assuming you will always have your phone. Our phones have been our life-saving device. So never let your phone get damaged, lost, stolen, or die. But the Suica card, the nice thing about it is even if your phone is dead, it will still let you scan. I don't know how that works, but it will still let you scan and get through the train station. So that's helpful. The Suica app will also show you how much you've been, how much each trip has been costing you. And it's just so convenient just to be able to just grab your phone and just boop, in and out of the trains, because you basically can take the trains everywhere. It's just amazing. The 4th app that I highly recommend that you get is the pcsing app. Now, it is so amazing because I know that a lot of my friends and myself too, going and shopping for beauty products or even food, but primarily beauty products or household goods and things like that. This app will allow you to scan the barcode on the back and it will tell you what it is, what it's used for, what are the ingredients, how you use it, recommended usage, and all that. So I've been very grateful and used it many, many times. It has really saved me when I'm trying to find a certain beauty product or find a certain cleaning product or a certain food. Now, it doesn't always work on all food items, but primarily, pretty much, I've only found a couple of things that it hasn't worked with beauty products, but it is amazing because you don't want to buy something that you may be allergic to or that you don't know how to use it and like what's the proper way to use it so that you get the maximum benefit. So yes, highly recommend that app. Okay, number 5 is the Line app, Line. Now, I also have WhatsApp and I use that regularly. Actually, that's the one that I use the most to communicate with family and friends. It's free, it's, I don't get charged long distance calls or texting and all of that stuff. And so I really love WhatsApp. But if you're going to live here and work here for any period of time, you will need the Line app because a lot of schools, a lot of businesses, that's how they communicate. And so you'll want to have the Line app on your phone ready and available to add contacts when you meet people or when you are trying to communicate to a business or a school. The Line app is very, very helpful. Now, again, I primarily use WhatsApp to communicate with my family and friends back home in Hawaii, but here locally, the Line app is the app that you will want to have and the one that I use to communicate with people locally. Okay, I promised you bonus information, and this is golden bonus information, especially if you're going to live here for any period of time, or even if you're just visiting and you have free time or you have an opportunity to go and, venture on your own. Now, back home in the States, we have Yelp, and that's the app that we would use to, put in Italian restaurant or sushi near me or whatever. And then you would read the reviews, see how many people reviewed it, what the reviews are, what kind of food, all the information. And so I know a lot of people that live and die by the Yelp app. Now, Yelp doesn't really work here in Japan, but they do have an app that is kind of the Japanese version of Yelp. And it is called Tablelog. And it's really not an app, but a website. I haven't been able to find an app, but it's a website. So tablelog.com. And in that, you're going to search for whatever you're looking for, sushi, restaurants, top restaurants near this train station, sushi, yakiniku, whatever you're looking for. Put it in, and then it will pull up all these wonderful options for you. And it will have the ratings according to local Japanese ratings. Now, what I've been told is when we look at the Yelp app back home, we would focus on things that were high rated. And that's how we would select. Here in Japan, they really don't rate high. They have really high standards. So try not to look for things that have super high ratings because you're probably not going to find very many. But like a 3 is really good. 4 is amazing. And yeah, I have to yet see a 5-star rating on anything. But yeah, Tablelog. Okay, extra bonus secret tip that I was given by a friend that's lived here 8 years. When you're going in Google Maps and you're trying to find, I know a lot of times I'll put fast food near me or sushi restaurant near me or whatever, onsen near me, whatever. And it will pull up a few things. But here's the trick. If you're searching and putting it in English, you're gonna only see a limited number of options because you're really missing out on a huge portion of options that you could have. So here's what you do. You go to Google Translate and you type in sushi and you translate it into Japanese. And then you copy it and then you put it into your Google Maps and do a search, and voila, you're gonna have a ton of amazing recommendations and locations that you can choose from. Now, be careful, there's a little bit of a caveat to this, because when you put it in English, what comes up are typically English-friendly locations. So in other words, they will be more likely to have an English menu or be more, used to having English patrons. If you put it in Japanese and you get these wonderful local recommendations, they're not always going to be as English friendly. So you may get there and they may not have an English menu, which is not uncommon. And they won't have anyone that speaks English. So that's okay, because you will have your Google Translate app and you will be able to translate the menu, translate what you want to say, and bada bing, bada boom, you are in for yummy, yummy local yumminess. For more tips on life in Japan, cultural discoveries, and heartfelt moments from this journey I'm on, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss what's next. From my heart to yours, sincerely, Dawn.